Hey, this is the second part of our Mini-ITX Gaming PC build. In the first part we got our parts ready, we opened our case, got that one ready too, and in this part we are going to assemble everything together and close it up.
Let's see. So these are the screws for the motherboard. We will need 4 of them. First, placing I/O shield in the backside. Then placing the motherboard. Now, we have a fan here and we will connect it to the motherboard. It will possibly be the only one that will pull the air from the case. This is the system connector. Magnetized heads of the screwdriver comes quite handy here. Now it's time to install the PSU. You must connect this cable to the PSU and you will attach power cable on the outside of the case. Okay, so we mounted the PSU and now comes the fiddly stuff with all these cables that needs to be connected. First, this is the EPS 12 volt cable that will go right in here. Now, so the cables from the box. So here is the USB 3.0 front connector. Yes. Next is HD audio connector, again from the front panel. And these are the front buttons. However, I will need to now. We will need to consult the motherboard manual to see where everything fits. this is the layout of the front connector. And now the main connector to the motherboard, 24 pin. Now, it obviously is a mess here, but we'll try to mitigate it a little bit. We will need one PCIe connector cable and the other will box here. Also, we will need one SATA connector for the SSD, and again this will go here. We'll use one of the zip ties. Package them cleanly so they don't interfere with the installation of the graphics card. So around here. Now, about the graphics card, we will first need to remove this bracket. Also these white brackets. Okay, now let's install the graphics card. It is quite large, but it will still fit into a little bit of tinkering around here. So you need to now so obviously the problem here is that it will touch the PSU cables. So it might be better if you use one specific Mini-ITX graphics card, but for now that will do. And we hope we won't burn any cable. Mounting the screws. Now we have this little problem. This bracket here interferes with this screw, so we will leave it at that. No additional brackets. Okay, now ultimately we spent some time with cable ties optimizing the layout of the cables. It's not ideal, but in this case you cannot expect much. So we won't insert the drive cage because anyways it won't be used here. Now there are no cables touching the graphics card, so it won't be a problem. The fan area is as clean as possible, and there is a bunch of stuff here. One thing we forgot to do is to connect the graphics card to the PSU. And the last thing we should do is install the SSD. We are going to use Crucial MX300, which is a little bit older drive, but it has very good capacity, 525 gigabytes, and we'll mount it here. Again, magneticized heads of screwdriver are a must. Now we'll attach the SATA power cable. And the SATA interface cable. It will add to the mess here. And basically that's it, we're done. Mounting the front panel again. Tidying the mess as much as we can. And so, as you see, it is advisable to use compact power supply. One of the SFX versions that are available will be good.
So our Mini-ITX Gaming PC is ready. Next we have to test it out, and we'll do that in our next video. You can find the link in the description.